Episode 30 of The Beardcaster. My name is Scott Sikora, and I am The Beardcaster. Welcome to a podcast all about beards and mustaches and the great people who live in the community. These are the stories and adventures from the people who grow them and embrace them. Join me as I share the stories about these people and hear how they are using their facial hair to be awesome and to do great and fun things. Like I said, my name is Scott Sikora. You can find out more information about the show at thebeardcaster.com. You can find direct links to all my social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find me on all the different podcatchers out there, so go like and subscribe me on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, just whatever one you use, just search The Beardcaster and it should come up, and subscribe. Hey, leave me a review, give me some stars if you want. That'd be awesome. So, last night I went to Mustachio Bashio X, which I was making a joke, that's 10, and I'm doing the hand signature of the X, but you can't see it because this is audio, and that's funny. I hung out with a lot of great people, and if you want to know more information about Mustachio Bashio other than what you're going to hear here today, you can go back and refer to episode 8 where I interviewed Mike Laur, who was one of the original guys that got together and started the whole event. But I talked to him again tonight in this episode, and you can hear a little bit more. We get back into a little bit of backstory again, but not as much as we did in episode 8. So if you want to go back to episode 8, by all means, go for it. I talked to Eric Leiser, the photographer of the event. I talked to my friend Anna Lee, who everyone should know who she is by now. Brutal Beard, greatest beard products out there. I'll have links to show notes in my show notes. I'll have links to all these information and stuff like that. I also talked to another organizer of the event, Davis Shoemaker, who is no relation to the Shoemakers that you might know. He doesn't make shoes or anything, but I just love his last name. It makes me laugh every time I say it. And I talked to our good old friend, Bald Face Matt Fish, who is from Melt Bar and Grilled, if you didn't know. And I met Steve Presser from Big Fun. Now, both Matt and Steve were judges at the event last night, and I got to talk to them after and get their opinions about the event, how they got involved, and all the other fun and cool stuff about what they're up to, what they do. And so I hope you stick around and check all that out. You can email me at scott@thebeardcaster if you have any show ideas, if you want to make a comment, if you want to yell at me, if you want to say, hey man, you're really cool, I want to be your friend, you can do that. Well, whatever. But I'd like to dive right into this episode because there's so much awesome stuff going on. Like I said, if you want more information on Mustachio Bashio, you can check out episode 8 with Mike Laur. I'll put a link in the show notes, like I said earlier. I mean, I don't mean to be repeating myself, but sometimes you just have to. It's like that. You repeat it 3 times to remember someone's name, and I'm still horrible at that, but let's just dive right into this and action. All right, so I am at the 2017 Mustachio Bashio, which is the 10th anniversary, and I am here with are you the official photographer?
They put me on the T-shirt and everything.
Awesome. Now, what is your name?
My name is Eric Leiser, and you can find me online at Leiserphoto, leiserphoto.com, leiserphoto.com.
Awesome. How many years have you been covering this event?
This is my 7th year doing the Bashio. I missed the first 3 because I didn't know Mike yet.
You forgot film in your camera.
Yeah, something like that. Back then they were shooting film, so...
Yeah, those are the good old days of, you get 24 shots and then you have to spend like an hour developing it. But this is so much nicer to be able to take 1,000 shots in one night.
Or 10,000.
Yeah.
I've been there. It's like for weddings and various events like that. I take upwards of 10,000 shots sometimes.
Now, how did you get involved with Mustachio Bashio?
Well, so a mutual friend of mine knew Mike Laur for many years, and he was like, you have to come to this mustache-related charity drinking event. And I said, yes, I do need to come to this mustache-related charity drinking event. And so I talked to Mike and came to my first one, and I was the official photographer from then on.
That's awesome. And the other cool thing is your pictures are the
every year there's a different T-shirt with each winner, correct?
So basically how it works is there's a couple rounds of judging for the mustache competition, and then the winner of the Best in Show gets their photo taken specially at the end of the night, and that photo becomes the T-shirt for next year. So there's a Hall of Fame on the back of the shirts that show all of the previous winners.
That's fantastic. What other kind of stuff do you do other than, like, say, for instance, this event, but you said you did, like, weddings and all that other stuff? Or
So I do a lot of event photography and videography. I was the cinematographer on a documentary called Long Way to the Top that came out a couple years ago. I do shoot a lot of music videos and a lot of corporate video and photo.
what was the last band you worked for?
The last band I worked for was called Ottawa, and we just dropped a video for them last Friday.
Oh, awesome. I'll put a link to that. I'll find that online, and I will put a link up to that on the show notes for this so everyone can check it out, as well as a link to your website and all your pictures, and a link to the pictures from tonight. What do you have any big plans? I mean, are you going to be the photographer for this until it's done?
As long as I am in Cleveland on the date of the Bashio, I will be the photographer. I would not miss this event for the world. It is so much fun. The attitude has just got such a great vibe in the room. A lot of great people, a lot of great fun.
Yeah, I know this is my third year being here, and, my first year it was a lot of confusion because I'm like, oh my God, this is, because we're not used to mustache events, just strictly mustache events. And then the year after that, they kind of incorporated, like, letting the beards become part of it. And then now this year, there's a lot more beards and mustaches and bearded mustaches and everything. So it's really cool how the two things have kind of blended together. But definitely this is for a great cause, the JDRF, correct?
The JDRF, yes.
Yeah, and, there's nothing better than, getting together a bunch of friends with a common, like, purpose to try to help the kids and stuff like that. And we want to thank you guys for all you do.
Hey, thank you so much. I have a fun fact if you have the time.
I have the time.
So the reason that the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation is the official charity destination for all the money we raise happens to be a funny story. So basically how it works is Mike and his buddies went out and started a bar crawl. Right? And they didn't think much of it, and they wanted to, grow mustaches and do a bar crawl at the beginning of spring to, like, have a good time. So eventually it grew so large by the second or third year that they're like, we need to, make this a little more official. So they have a brainstorming session, and they're like, well, what should we do with the money we raise? Because we're inevitably going to, like, the scale of it had grown so much. So they decide to give the money for diabetes research because, one, Wilford Brimley had a hell of a mustache,
I do remember
and
this
B, had diabetes.
Yes, the diabetes.
So because of the diabetes, they decided to give the money to the JDRF, and I always thought that was just a silly story.
Yeah, I had interviewed Mike last year, and I that little fact had slipped my mind, but thank you for reminding me on that one. So, but yeah, if anyone wants to go check that episode out too from a year ago, I will also put a link to that. So, but thank you guys. Well, thank you very much. We're shaking hands, not that you can see that on video, but
thank you.
And like I said, why don't you give us your website one last time?
All right, Leiserphoto.com, LeiserPhoto.com.
And if you're in the Cleveland area and looking for a photographer, check them out.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you. All right, I am with the most handsomest fella here tonight. You are. No, it's not. But I'm here with our past guest, Mike Laur, from the Mustachio Bashio Funtime Jamboree. That's not the official name, but I thought it worked really well.
It sounds better than what the official name is. So Funtime Jamboree is a good addition onto just Bashio. Yeah.
It could be hashtime Funtime Jamboree for tonight.
For the millennials, it could be the hashtag. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
# Funtime Jamboree.
Absolutely.
So how are we doing tonight?
Man, it's a good crowd. We had an early turnout. People seem to be having a good time. It's kind of a silly place. There's a good vibe going on. No fighting. People are happy. A lot of facial hair stroking going on.
Were we expecting fighting tonight?
We never have it.
Oh, we'll see.
And, people on West 6th aren't used to that, I don't think. So.
No, I don't think so.
So they're happy to have us here and treat us pretty well. So far, so good.
I will tell you this, though. As we're standing outside looking down West 6th, it's pretty dead, except for this place.
Absolutely. We're also here like 5 hours earlier than anybody comes to us.
Hey, we're all old people.
Well, we brought them all here. It's good. Yeah, we're all good. No, man, it's a 10th year. People are having fun. Beards of the Old Northwest came strong this year.
Yeah, we want to please the people, and we want to help try to raise as much money for the JDRF as we can.
Absolutely. Really appreciate it. You guys and also have been represented.
The House of Representatives.
So representatives represented on the last 2 shirts, so that's something to be proud of.
We're trying for three in a row, but there's a lot of really great mustaches.
As long as it's not another damn Karn brother, like we have 2 Karns on the shirts.
I think we're almost out of them. So
okay, good. All right, very good.
And is there like any? What's all your categories for tonight?
Oh man, you put me on the spot now.
I know. Okay.
So we got Ladies' Choice.
Ooh.
We got Most Rugged. We got Best Beard in honor of you guys.
Thank you.
Creeper stash.
We actually got rid of the Mustachio because, it got a little dicey.
Yeah.
We have Best Theme. We got...
What is that?
So you got your pirates walking around. You got a dude dressed as like Pan with a flute.
Yes, and I saw Tom Selleck, and then we
Tom
have
Selleck out there.
what is the Pokemon one? I can't remember.
With the Pokemon.
Yeah, there's their Pokemon guy. That's Eric. He's here, but I can't remember the name of the Pokemon. Ash. That's what it is. Sorry. Yeah. So okay, what else?
All right. Best in Show gets on the shirt the next year. That's the big one. We have Legacy Stash. So that's for the old guys that have just rocked a stash for basically their entire lives.
I said there's a couple really nice ones in there.
There are. And I can't think of the other ones at the moment, but we'll come back to it. But
So you're happy with the turnout so far tonight?
so far so good, man. Good weather. We got a mustache teeter-totter out in front of Barley House.
I know the Traveler Beard Company has a really nice beard mustache. This has been here for a few years.
They come pretty strong every year. OYO Whiskey's helping us out this year. Obviously, Barley House and Dye Bar treat us really well. Matt Fish with Melt comes out and judges. Steve Presser from Big Fun, always very supportive. So, and then we got just a good group of people having a great time.
That Matt Fish guy, I call him bald face Matt Fish because he just won't grow a beard or a mustache for me.
He keeps lying too. Every time I email him before the event, he's like growing my mustache as we speak, and shows up. Maybe it just doesn't grow. Who knows?
Maybe he's eating a grilled cheese sandwich and all the cheese gets stuck in it, and then he has no choice but to cut it off.
It just melts off the face.
Maybe I'm gonna have to corner him tonight and ask him, and we'll get it on tape so he can explain to the world why Matt Fish doesn't have any facial hair.
No facial hair in the longevity of the event, and he's a judge every year.
So what would make him an expert on judging then? These are questions we need to get to the bottom of.
He's at Melt, the clientele they draw in are quite bearded and mustachioed, so he sees a lot. Yeah. So I feel like he has the background to be able to judge without necessarily having the growth.
Look at that. There's Anna from Brutal Beard. She's taking a picture of us. Hi. But yeah, I know he's a great judge. He's a great guy. He's supported you guys for many years, and that's awesome.
It's awesome to have guys like Matt and Steve here to support the event. They're obviously pretty influential folks in the community. They do a lot of good for everyone, and they definitely support our event. So we really appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you very much, and hopefully you have a successful event. It's already looking very successful, so we appreciate you doing this every year, and anything I can do to help get the word out for it. So I'm here. I'm your bitch.
Hey, we appreciate it. Like I said, my wife and I have a young family. It's becoming more difficult every year to keep this going. So all the help is greatly appreciated. And obviously we have a few hundred people in there already. I don't know.
It's early.
8:30. Yeah, 8:20. So no, it's a good time. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike, and have a great night.
Scott, you're an awesome dude. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks, man.
Sure.
All right. I am with the most amazing. I can't even give you enough amazings.
Oh, stop.
This is Anna from Brutal Beard, and we met for the very first time. It was a year ago at this event. Brutal Beard is by far my favorite beard oil. You guys have some of the greatest products. I love pimping your stuff.
Thank
and
you.
I can't even explain how much I love your stuff. But you and I are going to be getting together in the future because I think you are like one of the premier experts when it comes to beard care and health. Now,
thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
I could praise you all night long. You're beaming with that smile right there. But I just wanted to kind of talk to you real quick and ask you about your impressions of Mustachio Bashio.
Well, I came out for the first time to the 9th annual last year, and it was a great time. It's obviously for a good cause, which is always important to me to help support good causes out there. And yeah, it's just good people having fun, really fun-loving. Obviously facial hair and supporting just having fun and just being awesome. So I'm totally into it. It's local. I live about a mile away from the Barley House where we're having the event today. And I'm just really excited to be here and to show everyone the products I make, Brutal Beard. And I have a ton of new stuff in the line since last year. So that's cool. I remember meeting some people that I met here at the event last year and at some of the bearding events in the year since then. And, you know, I have some new stuff to show everyone. So that's fun. And I get really excited when people are stoked on what I'm doing, and I love to show people my testers and have them check out and feel the products and explain to them, you know, the ingredients technology behind my products that I feel sets my line apart from the many other lines out there in the industry. You know, I'm a cosmetologist, hair care, skin care, that's my life, and really the ingredients in my line each have benefits, are very specific, and are completely natural. So it's really nice to just kind of share that with people and see them interested in it, and to hear the people who bought stuff from me last year or in the subsequent year who are loving their stuff and coming up to me like, oh my God, I love your stuff, I need more, or, you know, what are you doing? Like, they're just really interested, and I love sharing that with people.
That's awesome. I like I said, I can't give your products enough praise. And like I said, I'm going to devote an entire episode to you because I know you have so much to say. You live such an interesting life. The Brutal Beard stuff is amazing, and it has such thought that goes into it. And like I said, the Tobacco Stash is my number one favorite scent. It reminds me of my grandfather. I don't know what it is about it, but there's such an attachment to my life that smell. Like when I put it on the first time, I was like, oh my God, it was like I instantly fell in love with it.
So what's cool about that fragrance Tobacco Stash has really become the most popular beard oil in my line, and I have many different ones, but because that one is so popular and resonates with so many people, in this past year, one of the new products I added was a bar soap that is Tobacco Stash fragrance, as well as a beard balm. And really, I call it Brutal Balm, not Beard Balm, because it's facial hair balm, hair pomade, and I mean, it's everything. So really, it's used for mustache wax as well. It's just an all-encompassing balm with light to medium hold, and it has the Tobacco Stash fragrance, but in a little bit more mellow way, and it's amazing. So, I mean, that particular fragrance that you happen to like, I would say resonates with other people as well, and has really become the most popular.
Well, I'll tell you what, your scents are so dynamically different than anyone else, and I attribute I attribute that to the fact that you're a woman making these products. All the other oil companies are men making products for men. Now, you have a totally different nose. You have a totally different, you're...
Totally. I completely agree with that. I definitely think the fact that I'm a woman in this industry and really singular in that, I think that does set me apart. Not to mention the fact that, you know, I have the nose of a woman, and what would a woman want the men to smell like, and to kind of have that point of view, but also just the fact that being an actual cosmetologist and having invested so many years into the technology of skincare, hair care, and the ingredients, you know, that does set my line apart and kind of, in my opinion, raise it higher than people that are doing it as hobbyists.
Awesome. Now, give us your website real quick so everyone can check it out, and I will also put a link to my show notes in there.
So you can find me on Instagram at Brutal Beard Oil, or on Facebook at just Brutal Beard. And the website itself is on a e-commerce site that's similar to Etsy, but maybe the new cooler version. It's called Store Envy. So my website is www.brutalbeard.storeenvy.com. And you can find all of that on social media with links as well.
Awesome. Like I said, you can just go to my blog, and there'll be links in the show notes that'll directly hook you right up to that. And make sure you go and check it out and pick yourself up a bottle of the Tobacco Stash beard oil or the soap, the hand soap.
I have so many other amazing products, too. I can't wait to get into more of that when we do our own special episode. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Hey, thank you so much for making a great product and being a great person.
Thanks, Scott. You're awesome. Hell yeah.
Okay, thanks, Anna.
Bashio.
Okay, I am with, what is your name, sir?
Davis Shoemaker.
Davis Shoemaker. Now, you're not literally a shoemaker, are you? I think I asked Mike this question the last year when I asked him that.
Probably some of my ancestors are, but not me personally, no.
What are your ancestors? Where are they from?
So originally I'm from Pennsylvania. I moved to Cleveland, Ohio from Colorado. So I've been here for about 10 years since Bashio started.
So it was all because of you then?
Me and Mike. We it was just kind of something that happened. It was organic.
Now, how long have you been friends with Mike?
Since I moved here. He was one of the first people I met when I moved to Cleveland. So I've been here for since 2006. So it'll be 11 years.
So you're one of the original five guys, correct? That put this whole thing all together.
Yeah, I'm one of the original guys. Really, it's kind of like a whole series of things came together, and it just happened. Like Mike's a great guy, and we formed an instant bond, and we decided to do this, and it really took off from there.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as I met Mike, it was like instant. Like it was like he had me at hello, and I always say that because it was like I say, Mike, I knew I wish I'd have quit you, but I can't get rid of him.
He's the connector. He is like everyone that meets Mike remembers Mike, and he remembers everyone, and he's the guy to know.
Yeah, I know. He's just a great guy and big heart, and I wish I could see him more outside of like this event every year because I mean, like just sitting down to talk to him, he's just really great. So where do you live now? Like in the area?
I live in Cleveland Heights, so I've been in Cleveland Heights since I moved here, and Mike and I, we've been kind of in that area for most of the time that we've been here. We've always spent time together, always been able to hang out and have fun, and just really see Cleveland for what it is.
Now, how did you guys develop this from just being a couple guys hanging out, and growing mustaches and having hey, let's go out and shave mustaches and we'll go out this one night, to it being 10 years later, and now there's literally over 100 people crammed into this bar right now, celebrating Mustachio Bashio, the X year. That's the Roman numeral for 10. I'm trying to do like the Triple H thing or whatever. Yeah, but it doesn't translate very well into audio, but it makes it flippy floppy when you hear it. But how did you guys develop it from just the original few of you guys going out to like all of a sudden it's this?
That's a great question.
I know it is. That's why I asked it. I try to ask quintessential questions.
It's amazing. It's like you do this. You've done this before.
Just my first day.
Really, we were young and looking for an excuse to have a good time, and I think one year we were like, hey, let's just go out and have mustaches and let's just go downtown and see what's going on, and 10 or 15 people hung out, and we all did that. And then the next year we decided, well, let's make T-shirts up for it. And the next year we're like, okay, well, we'll sell the T-shirts and we'll donate the proceeds to charity, and then this will be a thing. And honestly, if you would have told me 10 years ago that it would turn into this with all these people here and people coming from literally across the country to come to this event, I would have said you're crazy. It's just something that we want to have a good time and have fun, and I think it's a reflection of the city and the type of the guy that Mike is and the type of guys that we all are, that we have this common bond, that we've been able to coalesce in this group and bring people in and have such a great time.
Well, you guys all have big hearts, and obviously, I mean, how did you guys end up selecting the JDRF?
It really goes to Chris Charbel, who was the first winner, and that was something that he wanted to do, and he designated that, and our friend Paul, who's personally affected by this, really felt that, personally connected to that. So, it just made sense that we'd keep going every year with that charity. We had toyed around with maybe switching, going to different charities each year, but the fact that we knew somebody who's personally impacted by juvenile diabetes really made it sink in and allowed us to really focus on that and keep that from year to year.
That's a great story. Now, give me a fun mustache fact.
Fun mustache fact, this is the 10th year, and this is my favorite mustache.
The one you've had out of all the years?
The ones I've had every year, this is perfect. I am thrilled with this mustache. I shaved it, and it was exactly what I wanted.
Now, do you just grow a mustache for this, or are you like a beard guy who like shaves his, like you have a full beard that's nice and trimmed, and then tonight I'm going to shave it into a mustache? What kind of mustache or beard guy are you?
So when we started, I had the goatee for like all year round, and then I got married. Before I got married, I think I shaved the goatee, and then I started my birthday's in March, and then so in March I start growing the beard, and then I go with it. And then the week before the Mustachio Bashio, I shave it to the mustache that I choose, and that's what I stay with for that whole week.
Oh, you commit to a week. That's very good.
So, it's fun, and it's a good, I think, good marketing, and gets the word out and lets people that I know understand what I'm doing.
That's cool, and I get that a lot too. Like everyone's like, "Oh, why do you have a beard?" And for me, it's like, I'm trying to promote bearding or like beard competitions, and it's all charity driven, that's why this is a perfect fit, because when I ended up coming to this event 3 years ago and I met Mike, and it was like, why haven't my guys been involved in this? Because I mean, for years and years and years, we've always been charity driven, we bounce from charity to charity because we do so many events during the year. And we're traveling to other cities, going to their events, and they're doing it for, it's just, but to work with you guys and to really, bring the beard guys in with the mustache guys is great, because it's mixing the two crowds. It's getting more people aware. It's raising more money for the JDRF, which is even greater. So I want to thank you guys very much for doing this.
It's been a great addition. We are so glad that you guys are.
Would you call us like new edition?
Yeah. Yes, new edition, and it's better than Menudo. So,
all right, cool. That's cool. Even though Menudo had some nice pencil-thin mustaches, though.
They did. They really did.
All right, Mr. Shoemaker, I like that last name, but thank you very much for taking a few moments out tonight to talk to me, and good luck to you guys in your event tonight.
Oh, thanks for having us. This is great.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, I am sitting here with Mr. Bald-Faced Matt Fish. I know I hate to call you that
because I just shaved before I came here.
We got the perfect time. Now,
I do not like facial hair.
Are you serious, Clark?
It's not for me. Let's say that facial hair is not for me. However, I appreciate it on other human beings, men, women, children. I love it, but not on me.
I would love to see it on you though, because I think you would be extremely handsome.
I can't grow facial hair. My German / Irish / English heritage does not allow me to grow facial hair.
I thought, and Mike Laur and I were discussing this earlier, that maybe you don't have any facial hair because you were afraid you were going to get all that cheese from your wonderful grilled cheese sandwiches in there.
That's true, too. I'm a very clean person, so I look at you, Scott, and I look at other people with beards and mustaches and stuff. I'm like, how do you drink, eat, sleep?
You don't.
Yeah, exactly. So
it is a complicated lifestyle sometimes.
Yeah, I'm a clean person. I like being able to wash my face at any time of the day that I like. I like taking showers. I'm very clean.
You look like it. You're a slick looking dude. Okay, now let's talk about the Mustachio Bashio. Okay, how did you guys get involved? When did you guys get involved?
We were discussing this on stage, actually. We got involved 6 years ago. This is our 6th year anniversary of judges, myself and Steve Presser from Big Fun. So we were asked by Mike. Mike called us up one day and said, hey, you guys are good supporters of Cleveland. You guys are both fun. You guys have really cool businesses here in Cleveland, Ohio. So why don't you guys judge this crazy mustache contest for us? So here we are. We're in year 10.
Yes.
And myself and Steve Presser have picked, fortunately or unfortunately, the 6 winners of 6 best in shows now.
Now, what was your hardest category to judge tonight? Because you guys seem like you were like all over the place. You were like, yeah, I could see you really getting into it tonight, more than normal.
I I like this competition because for many reasons, but I don't want to just pick somebody that walks up a stage for the first time like, oh, that guy should win. Like I want to go. We actually read the book. We read what the category descriptions are, and then we choose. I choose the winner based off the category descriptions, not based off of like, oh, this guy's beard is really cool. This guy's mustache is awesome. Like, well, does he really qualify for this category? Because some people get nominated for only one category. Some people get nominated for multiple categories. So for me tonight, the hardest one tonight was probably theme and beard. Best beard was probably the toughest because I thought there were maybe like 2 or 3 winners up there, and I had to choose and maybe even compromise my first choice.
Oh.
So
well, don't beat yourself up over it.
it's okay.
Next year.
I'm not going to lose sleep.
No, I know you
There's
won't.
always next year. There's always next year. And I'm always judging on the streets. So, like, every time I see you, Scott,
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
you're not winning my contest.
So, come on, man.
No, I'm not.
Our friendship contest, I
feel
win.
bad that Eric didn't win tonight, but
No, his was really good tonight. He's been waiting to pull that Pokemon beard out.
there's a Pokemon.
Yeah, he was dressed as a Pokemon guy.
Oh, but he wasn't up there for theme though.
Yeah, that was the big. We were wondering about that. Why he was up there for beard and not theme.
There was some weird choices out on the floor tonight of what actually came up on stage. Like some people were nominated for certain things that I didn't think they should have been, but they should have been nominated for other things. So whoever was on the floor tonight nominating people, I didn't agree with. So
Well,
come on.
yeah, well, we'll work on that for next year. But
I hope so.
let's see what else. Any big news with Melt right now?
Tons of big news. Yeah, we're opening up in Dayton on June 12th. So we have a new location coming in Dayton. That'll be in store number 8. And then we actually are doing a full-service location at Cedar Point, which is amazing for us and for our fans. So we're opening a full-service operation inside Cedar Point, inside the park. That's going to be open up May 12th. So when you go to Cedar Point, you pay your money to get in. You can eat at Melt. You can ride a roller coaster, have a sandwich. Right?
Hopefully not throw up.
No throwing up at Cedar Point. No.
That's a strange mix because roller coasters tend to upset people's stomachs. So
They do, but people like to eat. Like half the fun of going to Cedar Point for me was always eating. Like I've been going to Cedar Point since I was a kid. So going there, half the fun was getting a cheese on a stick. Like that's one of my favorite foods on earth was the fried cheese on a stick. So literally, there's 2 places in Cedar Point you can get it. One at the front of the park and one at the back of the park. And my record is 6 in one day.
you love the cheese.
I do. I love fried cheese. I'm a glutton, but I only go once every other year. So you figure, I could pay $6 a piece to get a cheese on a stick. And one year I took my entire staff to Cedar Point, and we had a contest to see who could eat the most cheese on a sticks. And like you had to bring the sticks. The way you could win was like we set everybody loose, and you're like, oh, have fun. Here you go. We're all Cedar Point. Come back before we all leave. We're all going to meet in the pavilion, and you have to bring the sticks of how many you ate. And I, believe it or not, I ate 6 that day, and I lost.
What was the most?
I think 8. I think somebody put 8 down. Now, there's some thought there might have been some cheating that day because some people might have handed off some sticks to somebody else. But I know legitimately I ate 6 cheese on a stick that day. My favorite food.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking a few minutes out to talk to me, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Let's get together sometime in the future, talk about all things Melt Bar and Grilled, and good luck to you, sir, and thank you again.
I would love to. Thank you, sir. Love it.
And how about your website?
The address. meltbarandgrilled.com, or you can follow us on social media, Melt Bar Grilled. Look for us coming to a beard city near you.
And I will put links up in on my show notes and everything so everyone can just click on it and go right to it and enjoy. Go to your favorite local location. Hey, where can we find you?
We are
your locations. Currently.
We're only in Ohio right now, so we're in Cleveland. We're in Lakewood, Cleveland Heights, Independence, and Mentor. We have 2 stores in Columbus, Ohio. One in the short north down by campus in downtown, and the second location is in Easton, which is the shopping district in Columbus. We opened up a new Fair Lawn, which is very close to Akron, Ohio. That opened up last year. We're adding Dayton to the mix this year. We have a couple other things in Ohio working this year, including Cedar Point.
Awesome. Well, thank you again.
And Progressive Field. Don't forget, we're at We have a stand. We have a sandwich stand down
About Public Square too, right?
Public Square and Case Western Reserve. But let's talk about Indians baseball because I'm watching it while I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I like your hat too. That's a slick hat, man.
I know. I just got it. I'm trying to find it's all black.
I know, all black with the C and the gray around it. That's tight.
I just
Where'd you
picked.
find that at? Tape shop?
No, Sam's Club.
Oh, Sam's Club.
Yeah,
Let me see this thing.
I know. And I just picked up an all black one, with a gray Chief Wahoo.
Nice.
I got that one at Walmart.
I like that. I like this one though. This is nice.
No, I'm on the. I've always had a difficult time finding really different Cleveland Indians hats, and I saw this one. I'm like, I gotta get it. But yeah,
I like that one.
now does the shop down at the Indian Stadium do really well?
It does. Yeah, we see a bunch of people. Well, I mean, it depends on the game, obviously. So opening days sell out, and there's 17 sellouts this year, so we'll be packed and we'll be incredibly busy for those games. And, a Tuesday night in April might be a little slower, but all summers we rock. Friday, Saturday, Sunday down there are close to sellouts. I mean, this is one of the best teams of baseball. Let's be honest. So
Well, we are honest.
we are honest.
They are the best.
They are the best teams. On paper, this team is going to win the World Series this year. I'm calling, replay this in October.
Yes.
October 15th when we are celebrating, when we're downtown in the parade this year celebrating. However, on paper, this is one of the best, or the best, at least in the American League, this is the best baseball team. So we do very well downtown. Yes, it's fun. It's fun being part of the Indians. Cleveland Indians are a great organization to partner with. We partner with them for our stand down there. We do a lot of promotion with them, a lot of charity work with the Indians. So it's awesome. They're really good people to work with. The team is fantastic. I've been a fan since I was 2. Ever since I knew what baseball was, I've been going to opening day, going to games. I try to hit 20 a year. Love it.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you again. I know we could talk all night, but I want you to have a social life.
Nah, I don't have a social life. I work my ass off. I work all the time. I'm going back to work after this. What are you talking about?
Awesome. Well, thank you again, buddy.
Thank you, Scott.
All right. I am. What is your name, sir?
Steve Presser.
And you are with.
I am the big cheese after. Well, actually, Matt Fish is the big cheese,
Yeah.
but I'm the cheesy one from Big Fun.
Now, this is one of the greatest stores I've ever been into. I know I'm.
You need to get out a lot.
I know. Well, a lot more. I know a lot more. But I'm going back to the good old days of when it was in. Well, it still is, but in Coventry, in the little,
the small
little.
shop. I love the small shop.
I mean, we used to after high school, we'd run out there and we'd go in there and just
steal lots of stuff.
No, we did not do that.
No, actually, I have a lot of customers today who came clean and told me about how they used to come in junior high and high school and steal from me. But that's part of life. At least they came. So if they're here tonight, maybe one of them will buy me a beer.
Oh, good, yeah.
So you remember
Retribution.
The good old store days, yes.
Yeah, but we used to love going down there, and I used to buy all my T-shirts there. And
nice.
I mean, you guys had some of the. I mean, even now that the store's moved across the street and expanded up to 5 times bigger than it was before.
Well, you got to go back to math because it's only twice, but that's okay. It actually does feel 5 times because it's twice the size, but there's more ceiling and there's more room. But yeah, most people say it's 4 times the size. But
now, for those who don't know what Big Fun is, why don't you give them a little rundown of exactly what the store is?
It's my
elevator pitch.
My elevator pitch. As my one friend Ted says, it's the safe place on the Monopoly board, which doesn't make sense to most people. But no, it's a fun, funky toy store that specializes in collectibles and nostalgia and just pop culture items. But it's crap from your childhood. Yeah. And it's a place you go where you come shop and you leave smiling. That's the whole idea. You'll feel better when you leave there.
That's exactly it. I mean, every time I used to go in there, it was oh my God, you would have something in there that I had from my childhood. I mean, be it the lunch boxes or the action figures.
Yeah, your mother sold me half your collection. She didn't want me to tell you, but since we're on the air right now, come clean. She got $1.380 for it. You really didn't take good care of your stuff.
That was a good price. My uncle used to give me $1.380 for shit all the time.
What is the deal with $1.380? I want to know who came up with this. Like a $3 bill. Where's a $3 bill, and who came up with $1.380? But I love the name $1.380. So.
Yeah, that's my uncle used to. And then the other one he would ask me. We'll go through the scenario here. Okay, how tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
I didn't know they piled shit that high.
Oh, there you go. I'm my kind of guy. I'd say to my grandfather, yeah, how do you feel? He says, I feel with my hands. How do you feel? Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's that generation.
Yeah. So how did you get involved with the Mustachio Bashio?
Well, what happened is Mike started it 10 years ago on Coventry, believe it or not. And he used to come in my store and buy mustaches, unbeknownst to me, or else I would have, donated a bunch, which I started doing years ago, although now everybody has mustaches. But no, he asked me, which we now find out, he asked Matt and I at the same time, 6 years ago to be guest celebrity. Boy, he's really not, he's got to dig a little deeper if he considers me a celebrity, but celebrity judges. And it's a wonderful event. These guys raise $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, whatever it is, for juvenile diabetes. But it's a great night. I mean, everybody's happy. There are some sore losers because not everybody can win in mustaches and beards, but a lot of hairy faces and a lot of happy people.
That's awesome. Now, what do you think about? I was razzing Matt about his clean-shaven face.
His lack of facial hair.
He says he doesn't like it.
He doesn't like, I had a beard for 25 years. I shaved it off, and this is the first time I've had a beard in probably 5 years.
Did you grow it for this event, or just because you felt like?
Yes, I did. No, I didn't. I just felt like I had this thing, kind of like a soul patch. At least that's what they call it. But I called it my distraction. It started at the top of my lip, the lower lip, and went down my chin, kind of a straight number. And I call it my distraction. It's kind of like the beautiful bride who has a wonderful white wedding dress, but she spills red wine on it. And what do you see? You see that red spot, even though she's a beautiful, beautiful bride. So I tell everybody, the only thing they see is my distraction, my soul patch. So it's all psychology. It's all how you present yourself.
So what was the most difficult category for you to come up with a vote for tonight?
Actually, there were a couple. What happens is, for the audience out there, you can't win two categories. So, if somebody won a category, they're theoretically not eligible for Best in Show. And there were a couple guys that had some really great facial hairs and costumes. So I'm kind of like the outsider. I'm not that I'm impulsive, but it's, for me, the first look that really grabs me. So first impression is so important. So I kind of look, and boom, I've made my decision. Only a couple times will I second guess. So, I think, trying to know the specific category, I voted for a guy, for the costume, kind of like the costume one. They have, whoever puts together the categories does a great job. And the verbiage, the audience needs to hear it, because whoever writes the descriptiveness for the description for the categories is very, very clever. So there are a couple tough ones.
No, I understand. I got to judge a competition in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, and there was a lot of guys. Here comes the man himself. Matthew's leaving, and his bald face. Bald face, Matt.
Love you.
Love you too. Your bald face.
I gotta get kiss his beautiful wife.
Yes, you can do that. She is beautiful, and his wife. All right.
Yeah, Matt Fish is opening up at Cedar Point. How do you like that?
Are you going to open a big fun in Cedar Point?
I think Cedar Point's bigger fun than me.
Oh.
That would be kind of fun. Matt's right down the street from us in Columbus, where I'm right up the street from him in Columbus. Matt's a wonderful, wonderful person.
Yeah, I ended up hooking up with Matt not literally hooking up with him.
No, that's your generation. Yeah. My God, my generation, we always use the word hooking up until I found out what it really means. And oh my God, did I get eye rolls.
Yeah. But I met Matt last year at the Mustachio Bashio, and him and I got involved with an event that we did last year, the Great Lakes Beard and Mustache Championship, which we held at the Agora last year. And he was our main sponsor for the event. But that's how I met him, and we've become friends since then. And I always love seeing him. He's one of the most genuinely nice and awesome guys I've ever met.
I couldn't agree more.
Except he needs to grow a fucking beard.
Well, I don't think it's going to happen. You know what happened though this year, and I didn't get to see it. Matt actually grew hair on his head.
I saw that last year.
Oh, it was last year. I didn't get to see it. I would have loved to have seen it. How long have you grown your big bad beard? That's a nice one.
March 1st, it was 8 years.
8 years.
Yes.
Do you trim it?
Yes, I do. I've trimmed. I trim it, and it keeps getting shorter, and it's not getting any longer.
Do you use product?
Yes, not every day. I'm very careful with my shampoos. I use a little bit of conditioner, and then I use mostly Brutal Beard products, which they were here tonight vending. They have some of the best stuff I've ever used in my life, and I've used a lot of different things.
It's called Brutal Beards. This is a good promo for these guys. I've never heard of it, but because I shampoo my beard every day. I do.
Yes, well, it's a woman. Her name's Anna, and she's located out of Lakewood, actually. And she's one of the only females, she's not one of the only females. She's one of the only oil companies out there that is completely run by a female, meaning that she makes all of her products. She does a lot of research. She makes all natural stuff, and she makes sense that basically no one else does. So that's what really sets her apart from all the other companies. I mean, it's definitely a really great, unique company.
Well, she's really truly the bearded lady.
Yeah, she is. She is, very much.
Wow, good for her.
Now, how many locations do you have?
Well, I have one on Coventry, and then I'm partners in one in Columbus, in the short north of, on High Street, North High Street.
All right. Do you have a website?
Oh, sure. www.bigfuntoystore.com.
All right. I will put links to that in my show notes so everyone can, if they're interested in checking it out, and I will put links to our information about both of the stores and everything in there. Any closing thoughts?
Well, you're a great interviewer, but I think it's real important that the listening audience knows exactly what your microphone says.
Oh, yes.
The beard caster. I love puns. That's a wonderful one.
Yes, well, podcasting and a beard, and I was like, I was more afraid people were going to think it was a podcast about a guy that fishes that has a beard.
What's your favorite food award, your favorite annual food award?
My favorite annual food award? Like what do you mean?
Well, they give it the most prestigious, depending on if you want to be snooty or snobby, food award that happens every year is called the James, I believe, T. Beard.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him, yeah.
So that's got to be your favorite. It's the James Beard Award.
Yes, but who even knows? What if he doesn't have a beard?
It's giving homage to those who have facial hair.
Yes, you absolutely are correct, sir. So, okay, like I said, show notes, there'll be a link to Big Fun, the website. Do you guys sell stuff on the website, or is it just strictly information?
No, we sell stuff. We also, we do a little bit of eBay, but yeah, our website has lots of fun stuff for people to look at, to shop, to buy, to enjoy.
All right. Well, thank you very much for taking the few moments out of your evening to talk with me. You're an awesome dude. I thank you very much for all the information you gave me tonight. And like I said, I'll steer everyone over to check out Big Fun. I highly recommend it. It's a place I grew up in. I did not steal anything from you, sir. So that's all I can say about that.
And I wasn't putting you on a spot as stealing because
no, I know you weren't. I know you're dicking around with me.
But I greatly appreciate your call out and your props. It means a lot. We've been around 26 years. And we put a lot of smiles on people's faces.
Well, I didn't realize that long, so that means I was going in there right shortly after you opened. So what year was that, 92?
Well, 1990 was when we opened up in a little small pop-up shop right next door to where I am right now. But our original store opened up April Fool's Day, 1991.
Oh, very cool. Yep. Well, thank you for the little history lesson, and once again, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
And cut. I'd like to thank Eric, Mike, Anna, Davis, Matt, and Steve for taking the time out of their night to sit down and talk with me about Mustachio Bashio 10. It was a great time. There's tons of pictures in the blog, in my show notes and stuff. So if you visit thebeardcaster.com and go to blog, there'll be a whole article about my evening. There'll be pictures. There'll be lots of fun stuff for you to check out. I'd like to thank everyone who's shared this with everyone. Like I say, my one thing I ask every episode is to make sure you tell at least one or two people about the Beardcaster podcast so I can get out to more listeners. It's growing and growing every week, every month, and I thank you for all those who have been doing that. I'd like to also thank Waffender Whisker Oil, Brutal Beards, Groomed Gorilla, Pulpo Beard Oils, and Barbados Grooming for their support towards the Beardcaster and helping me make a better show. Once again, we're going to end this. You can go to thebeardcaster.com, get links to all my social media, email me, scott@thebeardcaster.com, and I guess that's about it. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you take away something from it, share it with your friends. And I guess that's it for today. We will talk to you in a couple weeks. Enjoy this song from this awesome band, French Donkey. Once again, you can find information about them in the show notes. If you dig the tune, go check them out on iTunes, download it, or download the whole album. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. But until next time, enjoy the song, and we'll talk to you later. Ciao.
Psychotic, but that must be the reason we get on so well. Lately I've been listless, borderline lethargic, but even tired eyes have a story to tell. Got no reason to rhyme, but I like life on the borderline. I'll be just fine, but I like life on the borderline. You paint a picture using other people's language, cave drawing like a savage, using all of the space in an empty room. I saw you drop the A-bomb, then survey the damage, first responder to the wreckage, how you planned it. Got no reason to rhyme, but I like life on the borderline. I'll be just fine, but I like life on the borderline. If I should just up and run, who would be enemy number one? At least one, it isn't as much fun, but is this fun? Call the army, priests, police, and lawyers, visionaries and voyeurs. Take me with you, get me